fun, by the way. Join us Monday, Christmas Eve, for our holiday show as we shower the year 2018 with outrageous awards for the most outrageous public behavior I've seen in my lifetime. That's Hardball for now. Thanks for being with us. All In with Chris Hayes starts right now.
Or how many will survive? Since the dawn of civilization,
about alien
mankind
creatures.
has credited its origins to gods and other visitors from the stars. What if it were true? Did extraterrestrial beings really help to shape our history? And if so, might they have come in the form of creatures of the deep? August 19th, 2014. During a routine cleaning, Russian cosmonauts aboard the International Space Station discover something incredibly unexpected covering parts of the windows: living sea plankton. According to some mainstream scientists, the tiny organisms may have been carried to the station on air currents from the Earth's oceans, or perhaps launched into space on a contaminated rocket. But many say these are both highly improbable scenarios.
In the previous episode of cleaning, which was only about a few weeks prior to that particular date, there was nothing found. And the space station was in orbit, there was no connection with the ground. So I really think that there's absolutely no chance that these are microorganisms that were somehow lifted from the Earth.
Astrobiologist Chandra Wickramasinghe believes the plankton is of extraterrestrial origin and evidence of panspermia, the idea that life exists throughout the universe and is spread by comets and asteroids.
I think what happened was that a small fragment of a comet that carried microorganisms, including plankton, landed on the window of the International Space Station. It's not surprising if one accepts the idea that life is continuing to arrive at the Earth from space.
There's always been a problem about life on Earth. Did it actually start here on Earth or come here from somewhere else? Seeing as we don't know how life began, it's up for grabs.
But whether life originated on Earth or somewhere else in the universe, one thing is now certain: sea plankton can survive in outer space.
Surviving space is very difficult, obviously, primarily because of the vacuum of space and then the intense radiation. And so those things, in general, will sort of rip apart tissues. So the presence of plankton on the space station is remarkable.
The discovery of plankton on the International Space Station has led ancient astronaut theorists to ask the question: if sea life can thrive in the furthest reaches of space, could the reverse be true as well? Might there be undiscovered alien life forms dwelling in the deepest regions of our oceans? Portsmouth, England, December 21st, 1872. The HMS Challenger sets out on a 3-year scientific expedition to survey the Earth's oceans and search for new marine life. At the time of its departure, the mainstream scientific viewpoint is that life cannot exist more than 1,800 feet beneath the surface of the ocean.
Wrong answer.
But in March of 1875, after more than 2 years at sea, the crew of the HMS Challenger makes a remarkable discovery. Using a deep-sea dredge, they uncover an abundance of life at depths well beyond 1,800 feet.
Every time they dredged the waters of the ocean, they kept bringing up weirder and weirder creatures at deeper and deeper levels. It quickly became apparent that the oceans are teeming with life.
Throughout time, we tend to sort of impose our own limitations and our own perspectives on sort of our view of the universe, right? And so our idea of the deep ocean was similar to that too. We thought that probably nothing else could live at great depths because we certainly couldn't survive. Our bodies couldn't take the pressure. Sort of biased, I think, our interpretation of life in the deep ocean.
They found over 4,700 different types of new life. It was a wealth of data so vast that it filled 50 volumes with 30,000 pages of information and was essentially a scientific revolution for its time.
And it was fascinating that it only was 5 scientists, 220 plus crew, only 5 scientists. And only 5 scientists in about 3 years, they made oceanography. They made modern science. And the reason for that, why they did it, is because they blindly go where no man goes before. And this is what scientists should do.
Oh,
space geography.
Species of marine life. The Challenger crew also made the first discovery of what are called cosmic spherules, nickel-iron micrometeorites from outer space. According to some scientists, these spherules could be capable of carrying extraterrestrial life.
A lot of those rocks would have carried a microbial cargo. Cocooned inside of rocks, a microbe could be quite happy in the harsh conditions of space. In particular, it would be shielded from radiation by the depth of rock.
I thought
It could
somebody
probably
was
stay
asking for
in the dormant phase, out in space for certainly thousands, if not millions of years.
When scientists explored these nickel iron spherules in depth, they discovered that they contained iron that was extraterrestrial in origin.
Is it possible that the Challenger discovered the conveyance of extraterrestrial life on the sea floor? Might the deepest parts of the ocean be as alien to us as the farthest reaches of outer space? Ancient astronaut theorists believe the answer is a resounding yes, and point to other strange creatures that have recently been found in the seemingly inhospitable deep. March 2005. Scientists off the coast of Easter Island discovered the Yeti crab, a furry crustacean that thrives on the sea floor near hydrothermal vents, fissures that release geothermally heated water. Using the hair that covers its body, the crab is able to filter out the toxic minerals the vents excrete. But as extraordinary as the Yeti crab is, it is just one of many forms of marine life known to be able to exist in such extreme conditions.
Because of the unique conditions that exist in the hydrothermal vents, some really interesting and remarkable organisms can be found there.
Another newly discovered organism that puzzles scientists is the ctenophore, or comb jelly. When neurobiologist Leonid Moroz sequenced the DNA of this translucent creature at the University of Florida in 2007, he discovered they possessed a complex nervous system completely different from the entire animal kingdom.
In fact, ctenophores have 2 nervous systems, not only one. And each of this nervous system is different from our nervous system. And apparently it's evolved independently from the nervous system and the rest of the animals. So ctenophores are master of regenerations. They can regenerate their brain. In one of the animals, I did it 4 times. I removed this brain, let it live for 2 days. It regenerates, then remove again, and it grows back again. But what is most interesting is they can also heal wounds in 2.5 hours and no scar left. So in fact, they not only can make neuron independently from us, they can make it fast, and they can make it different.
How comb jellies function continues to baffle scientists, and their unique properties have led Dr. Morose to dub them, quote, aliens of the sea.
I call them aliens of the sea in terms of their reference to other animals. They're different from the rest of the animals, much more than you're different from a sponge.
We're still finding incredible creatures in the ocean, creatures that we never even knew existed. Could be extraterrestrial life. It's a big planet, and there are a lot of mysteries still here.
Could there really be alien life thriving in Earth's oceans? Might they have traveled here on meteors, like the plankton found aboard the International Space Station? Perhaps further clues can be found by examining the legends of strange aquatic creatures that were said to have come to Earth from the stars. Stay tuned for bonus footage when Ancient Aliens Declassified returns.
He's gonna do it! You gotta see this! Oh, he's gonna do it! I got him. All right.
Somebody, can anybody find me? Somebody love.
Alexa, play Queen on Amazon Music.
Once I started looking for car insurance, it was a no-brainer. I switched to Geico and saved hundreds. That's a win. But it's not the only reason I switched. The Geico app makes it easy to manage my policy. I can pay my bill, add a new driver, or even file a claim. Woo! Hey now, that's a win-win. Thank you.
Switch to Geico. It's a win-win.
If you have moderate to severe psoriasis or psoriatic arthritis, little things can be a big deal. That's why there's Otezla. Otezla is not an injection or a cream. It's a pill that treats differently. For psoriasis, 75% clearer skin is achievable with reduced redness, thickness, and scaliness of plaques. For psoriatic arthritis, Otezla is proven to reduce joint swelling, tenderness, and pain. And the Otezla prescribing information has no requirement for routine lab monitoring. Don't use if you're allergic to Otezla. It may cause severe diarrhea, nausea, or vomiting. Otezla is associated with an increased risk of depression. Tell your doctor if you have a history of depression or suicidal thoughts, or if these feelings develop. Some people taking Otezla reported weight loss. Your doctor should monitor your weight and may stop treatment. Upper respiratory tract infection and headache may occur. Tell your doctor about your medicines and if you're pregnant or planning to be. Otezla, show more of you.
When our first contact unfolds, we become a way for the universe to know itself.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Thanks, I plagiarized it, like 9 different things.
Would you look at that?
Nothing like it.
Sweet emotion.
We're burning up. Get us out of here now.
Strip the sick back.
Thank you.
Yorville, check local listings.
Here's a perfect solution for that special someone on your holiday list, a superstar athlete. You're right, it might be a stretch to persuade a sports professional to be a gift, but Land Rover Nashville has vehicles that are the superstar athletes of the auto world, and right now has extraordinary year-end offers on select remaining 2018s. Land Rover Nashville is one of Santa's favorite dealerships and is Tennessee's volume leader. Visit today and share in the fun. Land Rover Nashville, for people who love to drive.
During the Ram Big Finish event, there's no better time to get a great deal on the trucks with best-in-class towing.
You make it feel like
1500, 2019 Motor Training Truck of the Year. Hurry in before the Ram Big Finish event is finished.
Current competitive pickup owners get an average $13,909 in total values on select 2019 Ram 1500 models in dealer stock.
I need you on your courage. We are not fit to wear that glove.
Vikings, all new, Wednesday at 9 on History.
Miyazaki Prefecture, Japan, May 2014. At the historic Miyakanojo Shimazu residence, the mummified remains of a sea animal with webbed hands and feet are put on public display. Discovered in 1818, the bones are the first of their kind to be exhibited and are purported to be from the legendary kappa, a species of amphibious humanoid creatures believed to lurk in the waters of Japan.
These remains were from allegedly a kappa that had been shot in 1818 near a local river. The kappa, which translates as water child, is a creature that is usually about 5 feet in height, has scaly skin,
DNA test
and is usually blue or green. It has a turtle shell on its back and a beak, as well as a kind of plate on the top of its head in which it always has to carry water. If it spills this water, then it loses all of its power and it can die within a very short period of time. So the kappa is basically a water demon.
The kappa is perceived to be a very malevolent and quite violent creature. And in fact, children are warned to stay away from bodies of water because the kappa will actually drag them in and drown them.
While accounts of the kappa are rare in modern times, there are still sightings in remote areas, like the Fukuoka Prefecture. In fact, to this day, signs can be found posted near bodies of water throughout Japan, warning of the kappa. For ancient astronaut theorists, the kappa are not only real, but their existence is proof of otherworldly beings inhabiting the Earth's waters.
These kappa are reported as having an
Oh,
unusual
what you
intelligence.
doing, buddy?
Apparently they can speak even though they have a bird-like beak, and now physical, tangible artifacts of the body of the kappa have gone on display. Will we find genetic markers that clearly show that it could not be something from Earth?
What is it? Come here. No.
Could be
Okay.
that the kappa
Okay, you
are
don't
similar
have
to
to.
the other strange undersea creatures first discovered by the HMS Challenger in the 1870s. And if so, are they indigenous to planet Earth? Or did they come here by some extraterrestrial means? Perhaps the answer can be found by examining the many historical accounts of mermaids. The very earliest accounts of mermaid-like creatures reveal a connection with beings that come from the sky. A story from ancient Syria that dates back to 1000 BC relates that the goddess Atargatis came down from the sky and dove into a lake to become a half-fish, half-human creature.
Lazy
In Greek
bones.
mythology, the goddess Aphrodite is sometimes associated with mermaid-like beings.